Hey guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. Hope you've been well. I know I have. In this week's episode, Nichola and I met up with our friend Mark to do some cellar hole hunting in Connecticut. We had been to these sites last summer with some really good luck, and it definitely demanded a recap. Not to mention, now that I'm using the Simplex, it was a really good opportunity to see what my Equinox missed last year. Moreover, Mark also uses the Simplex, and he was one of the first people to encourage me to take a look at it. He had a fantastic day, and I didn't have a half bad day either. Nick also got a few great things. And lastly, before we hop in, yes, we were following social distancing guidelines as dictated by our state at the time of filming this episode. So I hope you enjoy. Let's hop in. All right, out of the spot we've been to before and did really well. Nicola's on the other side of the hole there. Brought one of the dogs. Our friend Mark is beeping on something over there. And you can see I didn't go very far because that's my backpack. Here we are. I got a nice 50s to 60s signal. Piece of brass in the hole. And it's a beautiful escutcheon plate. Nice. It's broken, but oh, maybe it's just folded over. Oh, it's just folded over. You know what? I wonder if I can fix that. I don't know if I really want to try, to be honest with you. But that's a beauty. And it looks older than the other stuff we were finding at this site. Oh, it's a keyhole escutcheon. No kidding. I always say those are the ones I find the most often, without a doubt. But anyway, this hole was producing late 1800s to early 1900s artifacts and some mid 1800s. So this looks more early to mid 1800s to me. Very cool. And it looks like there's some nice design on this side. So this is the front, the part that's folded over. Awesome. All right, back with you soon. It's only been a couple of minutes that we've been here, but so she's got Lantern Wick Advancer. Common find out here. We'll probably get a date off at the end of that. I hope.
We'll see what.
You don't?
First find, no.
Well, hey, but that's good. We've been here, only a few minutes, and we've hunted this site before. So that's good. And we're doing some social distance digging with Mark. So you'll have to put that down so that I can. Right there. All right. Trying to set a good example. He's got a TOMBAC button, which is awesome because, I just got that keyhole escutcheon, which certainly looked older than this site, and TOMBAC buttons are 18th century all day long. So, doing very good out here so far. What say you, Petrie? You gonna sniff out some silver for us? You can do it. I have faith. All right, back with you on the next. All right, so Mark's on the board. Let's see. Oh, I can see it from here. Wow, it's a braided hair. You can see it clear as day. Wow. That's awesome. It's beautiful. See, what did I say this morning, Nick? I said this place has seeded and braided potential. And was I right? Or was I right?
You were right. That's
awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
It's a nice number 10.
Yeah.
Mark was at 9 coppers, and that's a beautiful number 10. All right. Well, you know what's next. Well, next target here, not terribly exciting, but encouraging. We have what must be part of a clock, I would think. Maybe a pocket watch, I'm not really sure. But it was very shallow, very easy target. And that's a good sign for this site, as if Mark's copper wasn't encouraging enough. Hi, Petrie. 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 Hi. She's so cute. But that's not why I turned the camera on. Nick came over to show me something that she thought might be a shoehorn, and I think she's correct. I think that's what that is. Unless it's something different, you guys comment and let me know. That's pretty cool. Flat iron sounds amazing. All right, so the cellar hole is up here, and I'm slowly making my way to the barn, which is right there. But in between, I got a 54 to 55 signal, about 6 inches deep, and it turned out to be this, which I'm really sad is not complete. I believe this is part of a massive CROTAL bell that was crafted from TOMBAC material, which is nice and old. Still a beautiful little piece. I'll put that with my other bells in my display. And it's a good target. All right. And checking in with Nick and the black flies surrounding us. They're out. She got a nice little suspender clasp. Get that in the sun. Doesn't look like there's a design on it, but it's still cool. We like finding those. All right, and now I have to get back to my hole because I'm digging up more of the CROTAL bell I was just telling you about. So, all right, we'll see you soon. Okay, as discussed, we're back at my plug. Right next to where I dug the other piece of CROTAL bell is this nice piece. And you can see the design on there. Man, that's gorgeous. I really wish this had been complete. These are always heartbreakers, but when you have a bell this massive, you have to think over time between roots and things stepping on it that, of course, they're going to break. And TOMBAC, as I've mentioned before in my videos, very, very brittle material. But that's an absolutely beautiful piece. So if I find more, I'll let you know. All right, well, those pieces of the bell were right there. I'm still just trying to get to the barn, but I can't stop digging this bell. Got another like 40s to 50s signal, about 4 inches down. It's another piece of it. I kind of want to move on and dig other things now, but this keeps stopping me. All right, still very cool. I'm finally on the edge of the barn. That's the lip of it right there, and then it drops down. And I got about a 40s, or actually no, I think it was like 20 or 30s signal right on the edge, and pulled out these two pieces of harmonica reed. Very typical find at mid or late 1800s sites. And I found a few out here before, so not at all surprising. And we'll let you know what's next. All right, I'm checking in with Mark here. He's been going to town up in this area. A little opposite the barn, which is right where I was working down here. He's been up here and killing it. He put his finds down to show me. I grabbed one of them. He managed a CROTAL bell spill. This even has an initial on here, which will help us determine the maker and their years of operation. But he found 3 of those. An iron padlock. We saw the copper earlier, and then really nice colonial button. That is beautiful. Yep, no back mark at all. Wow. So he's been having a fantastic day. He's like, I can go home happy now. I don't blame you. All right, thanks. I gotta get on the board. Back with you soon. All right, right across from the barn now. I got a really consistent 69 to 70 signal. It was over 8 inches deep at least. And we have ourselves a little horse tack buckle. Found these here in the past as well. Looks like it's got some plating left on it, some silver plating. Those always sound fantastic, but gives me more and more and more hope for this area that it's going to produce really well all day. All right, Nick came to find me, as did Petrie. And she's got a really early pewter spoon. I actually dug up this exact same style before at a farm that we went to. But you know what's funny? Did you find it out in like this area?
No, it was a couple fields over near Rockwall.
Yeah, because Mark was having good luck way away from the cellar hole, and I think towards the other ones that we were going to look at that are probably colonial. Yeah, you have to go see what he found.
Okay, I will.
The spill, that's all I'm going to say. Here you go. All right, back with you soon. Well, I certainly hope this isn't the day of broken relics, but if it is, it is. And this one was worth showing. I already brushed it off. That's why my brush is out. It was only like a 20s signal or so, about 6 inches down. And it looks like it's got to be a child's toy. It's a Marshall badge, which is really cute. I really wish this had been complete. But that's probably late 1800s, early 1900s, somewhere in there. So, still a very cool find. All right, I'm on to my next target. It was a 50s or 60s signal, 6 inches down. And we have what I believe is a corset clasp. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Not positive, but it's a nice brass target. It's very light, and I've seen these a few times before, so that's why I think it's a corset clasp. Could be wrong, but hey, I'll let you know what's next. All right, well, we're at site number 2 now. Right where I'm pointing is the edge of the cellar hole. So far, got a harmonica reed and a relatively old pocket knife. But I turned the camera back on because I got my first really good target, which was a little button. Looks like it's going to be pretty fancy too. Definitely. Let me brush this up and I'll get right back to you to show you what it looks like. Okay, so I brushed off that button. It is beautiful. Not nearly as old as I thought it would be though, and I could tell because it has, I believe it's a tin back, and that's why it's really corroded and looks like rust. But it is a pretty button, and somebody was here just yesterday. I mean, all over the place. I'm seeing really lousy plugs, iron in the hole. So whoever was just here was pretty rude about it, but you know, we'll try to do better than that and set a good example, and hopefully get some more rewards like that. And we're back at site number 1. The other 2 were really, really hammered. My first target here is pretty shallow. Looks like some kind of sorry, trying to get the bugs off me. Black flies are biting. It looks like some kind of suspender clip, maybe. Some kind of clip for something. It actually doesn't look broken. So, I'm not sure. Little curiosity. Well, that's all the time we have today. If you haven't done so already, of course, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you liked this video. And that notification bell is going to be really, really key because next week's video was my best hunt of 2020, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So go ahead, hit that bell. You'll definitely want to be amongst the first to see that episode. On to the wrap-up. Okay guys, we're going to do an outdoor wrap-up today. Love to do that when I have the opportunity. So let's quickly go over what we found. This is that escutcheon plate from the first clip in the video. And as you can see, I did manage to unfold it, but I broke it in the process. And then I glued it back together with shoe glue. I have mentioned before that shoe glue is just a lifesaver. You can see a little bit of it on the back there, but that doesn't matter because you're only ever really going to look at the front. And then I cleaned that up with the brass brush. So really pleased with how that came out, actually. We have that really interesting suspender clip that we just saw in the last clip there. I don't really know what that symbol stands for, but interesting nonetheless. Also cleaned that off with a brass brush. Our corset clasp or some kind of clip there. Lots of harmonica reeds. I only filmed the couple that were in that one hole. I didn't want to bore you with just broken harmonica reeds the whole time. This knife, which I think is actually quite old. This could be maybe even 1800s. I wish I had spent a little bit more time on that in the video, but as it stands, I didn't. So hey, we'll live with it. But that's a pretty cool piece. Some incidental porcelain pottery, of course. Comes with the territory. Our pieces of that TOMBAC CROTAL bell. You can really see, I mean, this thing would have been absolutely massive, and it's such a shame it's broken. I found another tiny little piece, which I didn't film. I didn't want to bore you with that either. As I said, it was the day of broken relics. I wasn't kidding. This cute little Marshall badge. It's adorable. I mean, that's an over 100-year-old toy, so it's really sad to me that it's broken, but hey, I saved what I could. Obviously, rechecked the hole. Nothing else was there. We have our little clock gear here. Normally I don't film those, but I was just kind of filming everything for the most part because I wanted to just show you that the Simplex is performing very well at a site that I've already been to. Really nice button here. Teeny tiny thing. I love that. And as I was saying in the video, I think it's a tin back because it looks rusty, but it's not actually iron. That would be tin. So that's like late 1800s, maybe very early 1900s, somewhere around there. A couple of D buckles, one of which I filmed, one of which I didn't. This nondescript piece of brass, I don't know what that is. This looks pretty old. This is actually silver-plated pewter. I didn't film this, so I guess I shouldn't have said, "Ooh, I filmed everything." No, I didn't. This is like a salt shaker lid, I think, but it's silver-plated pewter. You can tell it's pewter. I mean, this thing fell apart pretty much in my pouch. But kind of an interesting piece, so you know what? All in all, not a bad day. So with that, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next week.